The new Golden Justice Desperado is looking like it's insane. It got straight buffs top to bottom on almost every single upgrade, and today we're gonna try and see how good it actually is. Now before we go to the changes, let me just show you guys how you start the early game on Dark Castle, because this is where I want to be playing it. You know, the way that you want to utilize the Golden Justice is you want to have it attack down a straight line. I guess that works for the other paths as well, right? So you get this Dark Monkey on last for the first few shots, then I usually switch it to first. I buy a second Dark Monkey right here, and this is gonna allow you to defend everything up until round 10. This setup is gonna lose in round 10, but thankfully we are ready because it's gonna make you a $700, right? So usually I want to go for Oben, and you get $700, which is the price of Oben, exactly when this setup is about to lose, which is just perfect. And now we are running Oben for one specific reason. Actually, it's the totems that he summons. So these totems start by slowing down the balloons by 30%, and it's half the values for mob class balloons is 15, but later down the line it goes up to 60%. Let me actually just drop Oben like this. I think it's gonna be fine around this area. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, absolutely perfect. He's gonna help us defend, and then for round 15 you're gonna have the Brambles if you need it versus the pink balloons, but we have other plans. Alright, so let's go into the changes. I'm gonna get the sub to 201 for the advanced intel, and let's start things off with the bullseye. This is a crit upgrade, getting its price reduced from 500 to 350, so you know, getting a little bit of a helping hand on the early game. There have, by the way, been some price reductions for the top path as well, which we did go through, but yeah, they're just trying to kind of alleviate the price pressure and get the Desperado going a little bit online, you know, in the early game. And then the Deadeye upgrade, which is the tier 3 upgrade, it is getting its pierce increased from 3 to 4. Now the way that this upgrade works is essentially the rifle, you know, attacks a single target, but it also has a little bit of pierce behind it. And so because this pierce is getting increased from 3 to 4, that is a very interesting number, because Moab releases 4 ceramics, so you're essentially going to be able to, if you hit a crit or if you have the Bounty Hunter upgrade, you're essentially going to be one-shotting all of those ceramics, which is really nice. The tier 4 Bounty Hunter is getting a huge price reduction, going from 8,000 to 6.5. That is just a crazy buff. And on top of this, they're increasing the pistol damage, which you don't exactly want to be using that much. I mean, once the mid-path Desperado pulls out the pistol, you know that the Bloons have gotten a little bit further than they should, but it's nice to, you know, get a little bit stronger. And then this is what I'm most excited about, but I'm not sure if it's going to change things. Look at the damage increases. On the tier 5 Golden Justice goes from 210 to 280. Come on, guys, that is just insane. I mean, my question is, do we actually need all of these damage increases in a tower like this? Because 210 is already a lot. The way the Golden Justice works is that it gets an 8x multiplier on the crit. So previously the max crit was 1,680 damage, and now it's 2,240 damage. Yep, this guy, when he crits, he does over 2k damage. That is insane. He's still suffering from the same problems is what I'm saying, which is the lack of attack speed, which is the reason, by the way, why we're running Oben, as you know, these totems are going to be slowing down the Bloons a little bit. And then some other, I guess, nice changes is that the marking cooldown is getting reduced from 9 seconds to 3 seconds. So you guys probably know that whenever a Bloon gets marked, the Desperado does double damage to that marked Bloon, and it also gives double cash, which doesn't work on chimps obviously, but the double damage it does for that specific Bloon. And then the pistol AoE is getting increased from 5 to 8. Now again, if the Desperado pulls out the pistol, that is not good news, but hey, it's there. Alright, so what's the plan for this one? Well, we are gonna try and play off of the sub in the early game, and then we're gonna try and get the Golden Justice eventually. Once you get the Golden Justice, we have a beautiful straight line here in the middle, which I want to be buffing it. I want to give it a lot of extra range, so you can see like towards this point, like the half point of this track, I guess. And that being said, let's get some upgrades going. So first off, am I gonna go for this kind of village? I think I am, guys, because we don't need the MIB for this Desperado, and we're gonna have it right here up top. I mean, the early range is kind of sad for sure, but with all the buffs, I think we can make it happen up until this intersection point for sure. So let's get a couple of upgrades going, I guess. Can we buy the... Yeah, we can buy the Deadeye, so let's go. While we're at it, let's get the quick draw and the standoff as well. Oh my god, that was right on time, by the way. Alright, this is where we're gonna need that +1 pierce, that 4 pierce that the Deadeye got to come into play. We cannot afford the triple guns, by the way, on the sub, so let's see how we're gonna defend. Let's give a little bit of extra range. Oh my god, that's barely not enough actually. It was only one yellow Bloon leaking, so let's retry. Okay, let's give it the extra range now. Is there a point in keeping this guy on strong, or do we keep it on first? It's a nice totem, by the way, from Oben happening. It's right in the middle. There we go. Alright, but the take aim ability is going to expire, so the last wave is going to be the most dangerous one. So let's pull out the brambles for this one, and let's, I guess, get the triple guns on the sub, right? Alright, so here's the thing. I'm going to start things off by giving the Desperado its own range buff. And then let's switch this guy to strong. I think the Deadeye does 12 damage, so still it should be one-shotting the majority of these guys. But then is the sub going to hold on? The totem is in a nice spot, but I'm going to buy the AP darts. And let's see how much better this is. The reason why I said I was concerned is because we don't exactly have a lot of cash left over for around 40. So let's start it off like this. Give it a little bit of extra range. Let's use the brambles. Oh my god, the brambles are behind. Oh no, we're gonna need a crit. Or are we? Nope, that's fine. Alright, I guess the Neopir is doing a little bit of work there. Yeah, this guy's attack speed is absolutely atrocious. Let's give him some range and let's try and get a crit onto one of these ceramics. I mean, get a little bit of extra damage. Where does his range extend to? Yeah, it's still not good enough. And yeah, so far it's been smooth sailing for sure. Let's get the bounty hunter now. Let's keep him on strong, and now the ability becomes a little bit stronger as well. Oh yeah, look at this thing. The range extends by a lot now. He still got an attack speed problem, and actually we're going to be able to see what the other problem is on this specific round. Let's see if we can defeat the ceramics or not. Alright, so let's try and mark some of these ceramics. Let's go like this. We're going to one-shot them, and I think this is going to be a lot better than last time. But yeah, this exactly here is the problem that the Desperado has, because it can one-shot everything, but its attack speed is abysmal. So as soon as you encounter one of these denser rounds, it just can't do anything versus them. And I think that's a problem that Ninja Kiri was trying to solve by giving it either extra pierce on the Deadeye or extra pierce on the pistol, if you guys remember, on the Golden Justice. It's just that I don't think that that's still gonna be enough. I still think you need a stepping stone type of a tower, because 47, if it wasn't for this sub, I mean, we lose in that round. And it's not only 47, it's 49. It's around like this one. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna lose unless we start giving these guys some buffs, but I'm gonna try it like this. Let's start with the mark ability first when these ceramics start appearing, so let's kind of one-shot some of them. Oh, that's amazing, actually. Let's give him some extra range now. Oh, wait a minute. Did I jinx it? Oh, that was so good with this ability. Wait, are we actually going to beat it? I mean, we're going to have some rainbows upcoming. If we defeat the rainbows, then it's going to be fine. Is that going to be a little bit too dense for him? Let's use the brambles. Oh my god, it's getting so close, but no, never mind. We take it down. That's amazing. Let's give the Desperado a 3. I was thinking just a 3-0-0. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of attacks, so it's not like he's gonna be spending the buff. I don't think, like, ever. Let's also give him the Jungle Jones, because that's nice. And let's use the, as soon as the second mob appears in range, let's use the Mark to Pop ability. It does work on mob class Bloons, by the way. Oh, that was a beautiful crit. But if it does get the crit on them, it's a lot of damage, guys. We also improved the range by a little bit by giving it the Alchemist. And now the range is, yeah, it's about at the intersection. We could go a little bit better than this, I think. Let's see how we do in 54. We might want to use the Mark to Pop ability on a round like this one. Just watch the mobs. Oh, it's getting really close. I don't want to use the Wall of Trees yet. Let's mark them now. We did snipe a couple of them, right? Let's give them some extra range. This is going to be the last mob of this round, so it's only going to be ceramics, I think, left over. There we go. Alright, so let's drop the brambles. Let's give this guy some extra range, and we are going to need the Wall of Trees to... Oh, never mind. The Wall of Trees ain't holding that. Alright, so let's start marking some balloons to try and save as much as possible from these Wall of Trees. But are we getting them back for 63? I don't think we are, but I think we're gonna get the money for the sub commander. Guys, this is so close. 26.6, and this guy is 27. So we are gonna get the money before, just before 63, which is great, because this is the last Wall of Trees that we have. And now this is basically gonna make everything up until round 80 super easy. I do want to watch just this specific round, because behind the ceramics there are a lot of lead balloons. Oh my god, the Wall of Trees popped. Alright, and the next cooldown is not coming out. Okay, so we need to survive this without the Wall of Trees, I think. Or is it coming out? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, never mind. Let's go like this then. Let's drop it. That was super tight, by the way. I did not plan for that. But yeah, look at this thing. Once you get some good shots going from this Desperado, yeah, you eliminate a couple of ceramics, then it's all good. Let's see if we can make it happen again. Nope, we are starting to break up the ceramics, and that's a problem. Yeah, that's when the sub has to pick it up. I'm telling you guys, these dense rounds, yeah, they're just not good for this Desperado. Actually, this is the way that the top hat works as well. Like, you get some denser rounds and it's just game over. I know it's been a while. It's around 80. We have $40,000. The Golden Justice is 45. So around 81, 82 max, we should have this thing. And honestly, these past few rounds have been quite boring. So if you guys are looking for like a way to beat this thing, yeah, just get the sub commander. And as I'm saying that, are we holding on actually? Yeah, there we go. That was really good. All right, we are barely. So let's get the Wall of Cheese, and hopefully when we're done with this round, we should have the Golden Justice, and then we're gonna see how good the new one is. I mean, it was a lot of damage to begin with previously, so this is just like, I guess, extending the damage numbers for, I don't know, not any apparent reason, because it still cannot go through layers, right? If it goes through layers, then I can understand it, but, you know, if you're still facing, like, let's say a BFB, oh my god, wait a minute, 46. We had the money for it. I should have bought it. Yeah, let's not make the same mistake again. So let's give it the extra range, use the brambles, and then as soon as we get the money, we should be spamming the button, by the way, so just kind of watch what's happening and slowly let the balloons come in. I'm going to use the Mark to Pop ability, and I think it should be about now. And then once this guy starts attacking, I mean, yeah, it's game over. It's fine. It's game over. That's about it. Yeah, this is exactly what I was saying. Like, it doesn't exactly matter if this guy does, like, you know, 3,000 or 6,000 or 11,000 damage, because he still needs to attack, you know, 3 times if he wants to go through an entire BFB. He needs 1 attack for the BFB layer, 1 for the Moab layer, and then 1 for the ceramic one. Yeah, I'm not complaining though, this is super fun, but let's make it even stronger. So he's lacking attack speed. That's the problem. That's the reason why we got open in the first place. So let's do a couple of things. First off, buff his attack speed, and second, slow down the balloons. So here is how we can, let's actually give him some range, by the way, so that we can get some extra crits going. So now with the ability, I'm just curious to how far this range extends. Oh yeah, that's crazy good. Yeah, I absolutely love that. Look at this guy go. Let me just speed everything up for a second. Yep, not even funny how good it is. Let's give him the stronger stim along with the millipede upgrades for the extra duration and everything. He's not gonna spend it, but I do intend on getting an overclock with the extra attack speed. Let's have it like this. Yeah, just watch this guy go at it. Oh, please don't pull the pistol out. I mean, the pistol range is getting increased as well. That's not a good thing. So once you give it some extra range, the pistol range is quite big itself. It goes up to the bridge against the mid part of the bridge, which is really not good. I mean, thankfully he does a lot of damage, but again, we need to be either giving him more attack speed or slowing down the balloons, but preferably we do both of those things. Let's give him some extra range now, so he's just, guys, this is insane. He's one-shotting the ZOMG layer. How crazy is that? When's the last time that you've seen a tower one-shot the ZOMG layer? I mean, that's gotta be the Bloon Master Alchemist, but he like loses you money. This guy is just, he's just a demolition machine once you buy it. Okay, again, a little bit more range. Let's get the overclock up and running for the first time ever, and I think I want to get the glue going as well. Let's have the glue somewhere around here. Should be fine. Let's get some range. Now with the overclock, I mean, look at this guy go at it. Yup, it's like not, you're not even playing the 80s at this point, or the 90s for that matter. It's not gonna change a lot. Let me buy the Moab glue, by the way. I'm going for the Relentless. Maybe that small amount of stun is gonna be helpful at the end. Let's give him some extra range. He should be, he's not one-shotting, but he's two-shotting the DDTs, and that's a little bit of a problem. Yeah, we need to be slowing down these DDTs. And you guys know what? This is a fun round, so I'm actually gonna speed it up just so you guys can see how fast he's gonna clear everything. Oh, that was super close. He didn't pull out the pistol though, and that was what got us the win on that one. And now this one, we're gonna have a little bit more DDTs around than the ones in round 90, and as long as we get the crits, which we do, I mean, it's not even close, yeah, for sure. Let's get the extra range, and yes, I mean, once you buy this guy, the game really does become a lot easier, but you do have to be very careful that nothing goes in the pistol range, basically. That's kind of your only concern past this point, once you afford it. So let's go like this. Let's give him the overclock and make sure we save the abilities for 95. We have the money for the Sabo, which I'm gonna buy. And let's use the Mark to Pop ability, which is not gonna do too much, I guess, but I guess we want to use it because it's still attacking with the main attack, and the main attack is quite strong, actually. Yeah, there goes round 94, not even close. Let me try and save. Oh, can we? Actually, yeah, we can save all the abilities. And now this is going to be a very important round. So here is what I want to do. The glue cannot see Camo Bloons, so I'm just going to do this. I'm going to give everyone a radar scanner, which is the glue, actually. Oben's totems can still see Camo Bloons, even though he himself cannot. And once these deities appear, we are going to dump all abilities. So go like this, give him the extra range, give him the overclock, and see how we do. Do we need this? Yeah, we do need the Sabo. It's getting a little bit close. If it doesn't crit, you know, one DDT can kind of sneak in, and then the small ceramics can sneak up on us, and after that he pulls out the pistol and it's pretty much round over. But no, once you just slow everything down, look at this guy go. It's really not even close, guys. Yep, I love this tower. All of these changes that he got, by the way, are great. It's just that I'm not sure it changes what Ninja Kiwi was trying to change as much, which is like the early and the mid game. He still needs some support, and his attack speed still sucks, but once you get the Golden Justice, yeah, it's just like pretty much an auto win type of a tower, right? Alright, so let's get a couple of attacks going to these these guys. Hopefully, yeah, we're gonna need 3 attacks actually to get rid of these ones. So I'm gonna use the overclock, make sure we get 96. Okay, so let's watch 98. This actually might be an interesting one. So I'm gonna use the Sabo as soon as possible because I want to get the cooldown back for 99. And let's see how lucky we're gonna get essentially. If we get the crits going, it's fine. So far we are getting the crits, but it's gonna be interesting when everything converges into the middle because we're still not attacking the ZOMGs. So, oh, I don't know. The take aim ability expired, by the way, so we're not getting the extra range, which is a bummer, but nope. No, nope, never mind. Not even close. Right? 3 BFBs left. Not even close. 2 shots left to go for this round. There we go. That was the beefiest round in BT6, and he defeated it so fast that the Sabo didn't have time to come off, which might come to bite us actually. Yep. Yeah, that's ridiculous. He beat the round so fast, the Sabo didn't have time to come off cooldown. I mean, come on, man. Now, let's see how we do on this one. Let's dump the wall of trees. I'm gonna use the mark ability. I eliminate some of these guys, and there goes round 99. Alright, how fast does he pop the bad balloon? He doesn't have a lot of attacks with the overclock because it's on cooldown, but look at these crits, guys. Look at these crits. What is even happening? How is the bad balloon? What a tower this guy is, huh? Yep, still as strong as ever. As long as you give him a straight line and you help him out a little bit, this is pretty much an auto-win tower, but I guess the early and the mid game are a little bit better than they were. It's still suffering from those same problems, which is once it encounters a little bit more denser rounds, it just ought to lose. Alright, curious to hear if you guys have tried this tower yet and what are your thoughts after the new changes, and that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.